Hey you guys, today we were looking at the team attacks in Kingdom Hearts 3. These are combination attacks unique to each party member you fight beside. These kind of remind me of the Link attacks from Dream Drop Distance, as you also had unique attacks depending on which spirits you teamed up with. Let's look at Donald and Goofy's attacks first. Goofy's first team attack is called Goofy Bombardier. Sora jumps on top of Goofy's shield before they both rocket into the air. At the height of the jump, Sora backflips off the shield as Goofy spins around to face him. Sora then grabs Goofy's hand before spinning around and launching him towards the ground. Right before Goofy is launched, he throws his shield down in front of himself, landing on it and spinning down towards the ground. This causes a giant explosion as he hits the ground. Goofy actually has another team attack called Trinity Guard. Goofy's shield glows with light during this Link attack, and during this, any enemy attacks will be blocked regardless of where they come from. You have a couple different commands during this: Finish, Shield Bash, Jump, and Cancel. Shield Bash is a combo attack. Your first 3 attacks are dashes forward with a reflect shield in front. The combo finisher though switches the reflect magic for fire. The dash is also a little longer on this last bash. Jumping will let you attack airborne enemies. The finisher is a powered up version of the combo finisher with flames circling back behind the party as they dash forward. The command menu has Goofy's hat, his shield, as well as reflect shells on it. These become animated during the finisher. Duck Flare is Donald's unique team attack and shows Donald and Sora spinning around, summoning fireworks around them. These fly towards the enemy and hit them up into the air. For all the team attacks, this yellow energy will circle around Sora and the party member he's attacking with. So I guess these abilities that modify your combo finishers with Donald and Goofy are also considered team attacks. I do cover these in my Kingdom Hearts 3 base form Sora breakdown though, so I'll just show them on screen instead of actually breaking them down. Anyways, let's move on. Heroic Swing is your team attack with Hercules. Sora flips on top of Hercules, who grabs him by the ankles and spins him around. Sora holds his Keyblade outstretched to deal damage to enemies. The only unique command of this is Jump. This will let you jump into the air, still spinning, to attack airborne enemies. The finisher has Hercules flinging Sora into the air before Sora dives into the ground, creating an explosion as lightning arcs out to the edges. The command menu shows the Olympus Stone, as well as this star, which is the hit effect from the hero's origin Keyblade. Air flies behind the logo, and when the finisher is used, the Olympus Stone flips, multiple stars fly through the air, and a strike effect can be seen above the logo. Rocket Ruckus is next. Anytime you have 2 party members, both will trigger the same team attack. Sora, Buzz, and Woody all jump onto this bottle rocket from the original movie before flying into the air. This one was a little confusing to me at first, as the attacks didn't make sense to me. Sometimes they would strike at the enemy, and sometimes they would spin towards them. The movement was also a little tough to get the hang of as well. Anyways, you have one unique command for this: Rocket Strike. You can damage enemies by just running into them, but Rocket Strike will target enemies for you. This will trigger 2 different attacks depending on how close you are to the enemy. If you are close to the enemy, you will do a backflip attack. If the enemy is far away, you will do the spinning attack towards them before doing the backflip attack when you reach them. If no enemies are around you, you will spin a couple of times before ending with the backflip. The finisher has the team flying high into the air before sending the rocket down towards the enemy. Any damage done to enemies will show this firework hit effect. The command menu shows both Buzz and Woody's respective symbols, as well as the bottle rocket. The finisher changes the background color, and everything moves around more quickly. Tangled Twist may be a team attack you only saw once or twice. After you beat this world, Rapunzel loses her hair, and you lose Flynn and Rapunzel as party members, making it impossible to use this team attack. Rapunzel wraps Sora and the gang up with her hair before she and Flynn spin them around. After a couple revolutions, they are flung into the air, and light envelops them as they crash into the ground. This causes 3 explosions with flowers appearing on the edges. This will usually target the closest enemy. Scream Strike is a team attack with Mike and Sully. Everyone makes a scary face before Sora picks Mike up and uses him as a bowling ball. This is a nod to Mike's stand-up bit at the end of the original movie. Mike will zip around the arena, hitting enemies, slowly losing speed as the attack continues. At the end, he will lay on the ground, dizzy for a second. Mighty Avalanche is your team attack with Marshmallow. Sora jumps on top of him, grabbing a protruding icicle to keep his balance. You have 2 unique commands in this: Ice Rampage and Jump. Ice Rampage is your attack and will continue as long as you keep hitting the attack button. Jumping will cause Marshmallow to do a ground slam that shoots out shockwaves. The finisher has Marshmallow spinning and breathing out cold air that creates a circle of icicles around him. At the end, a shockwave pushes out, breaking them. The command menu isn't too busy for this one. The logo has Marshmallow on one side with snowflakes appearing all around. The finisher reveals icicles on the ground as Marshmallow breathes out a cold wind. Never Fear is your team attack with Jack Sparrow. Sora and Jack stand back to back floating in the air as blue orbs and magic spin around them. You have 2 unique commands for this: Whirlwind Slash and Jump. Whirlwind Slash is a 5-hit combo with Sora and Jack doing spinning slashes circling around to damage enemies. The last hit is longer and has more range. Jumping is a simple jump to help you reach airborne enemies. The finisher has Jack throwing multiple bombs into the air before they do a flurry of slashes, causing the bombs to explode. The actual slashes don't seem to do damage to the surrounding enemies though. The command menu shows Jack's bandana and hat as well as his sword and bombs. During the finisher, bombs fly up and explode. The last team attack is Interceptor Wing, which has Sora jumping on the back of Baymax to fly around. You have 3 unique commands: Strike, Shoot, and Aerial Dodge. Strike will trigger a 4-hit combo. Baymax will punch at the enemy 3 times before Sora and Baymax dash forward in opposite directions to do a double uppercut. The Shoot command has Sora shooting magic out at the enemy, and Aerial Dodge is a simple twisting dash forward. The finisher has Baymax dashing into the enemy 4 times, with the last strike showing the attack from Baymax's point of view. The logo for this one is pretty simple, with Baymax just flying in the background. And I think that is all I have for you guys today. I'm glad I could finally cover this one, and I'm hoping to do some more non-series kind of videos in the coming weeks. I do eventually plan to do the Nordcore breakdown as well as the data battles, but I kind of want to do some of these more one-off kind of videos where I just kind of cover some things I'm more interested in. Though not a lot of people enjoyed them, I do plan to cover the attraction floor attacks because, I don't know, I thought it'd be pretty cool to see what actually happens in those. Anyways, thank you to my patrons who support me. Their names will be on screen right now. Also, the cards on screen show some places where I'm sometimes active, so be sure to follow the links down in the description below to stay connected. If you enjoyed this, click the cards on screen to see my breakdown on the Remind team attacks. Subscribe or share this, and I'll see you in the next video.